Hi Aries, welcome to March. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. So this month we have a new moon in Pisces on the 2nd, and then Venus and Mars move into Aquarius on the 7th. We have a full moon in Virgo on the 18th, and then on March 20th the Sun moves into your sign with the spring equinox. So good energy is coming for this month. We'll get into the astrology later. Let's see what the cards have to say about love and relationships for Aries. And also, for those of you born in March, happy birthday. So what does Aries need to know about love and relationships for the month of March? Comes in like a lion, goes out like a lamb. All right, so let's see. What does Aries need to know about relationships for the month of March? The Nine of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Fool at the end of the deck, and the card at the bottom, the Fool at the end of the staff, I'm sorry. Card at the bottom, the Six of Cups. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this month, you're getting a wish fulfilled this month. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So if you're wishing for something, if you're wanting a relationship, and I think it could be even either a reconciliation or a brand new start, that could happen. So you have the Four of Swords crossing. This is a card of healing, taking time out to rest and heal. And I'm seeing this also in the Hermit card. So you may have been through a difficult time, but I think you're coming out of that things are changing. You have the Two of Wands here in the past and the Five of Swords. The Two of Wands is about a potential partnership. You're considering a partnership. You're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Maybe you've connected with, this may not be a relationship, this may be some kind of business thing, or where you're connecting with people. It may not necessarily be a romance. It could be more of you're waiting to see how things are going to work out in a situation. Five of Swords energy is passing, so that's good. Five of Swords is dealing with hostility, feeling like that you're dealing with like hostile energy or toxic energy. So whatever's been troubling you in a toxic way, it could even be a toxic relationship, you may have decided to cut your losses and move on. Or whoever you felt is maybe persecuting, because Five of Swords energy, you're dealing with people that are not nice, that can be mean or cruel, and that energy is fading. So you might be healing from some situation where you felt maybe bullied or you felt abused in some situation, and now you're healing from that. You're taking time out to rest. The card at the end of the deck, or underneath the deck, is the Six of Cups. So this could be someone from the past returning. That could be part of your wish fulfillment. Maybe if you had a falling out with someone, you can have a chance to reconnect. The Six of Cups is healing from the past, and moving into a better tomorrow or a better future. You actually have two sixes, which is harmony. Fives represent instability and chaos. But that energy is fading, and you're moving into, I think, a more harmonious time. You're in this transitional stage with the Seven of Pentacles. Coming up in the future, you have the Queen of Pentacles. That could be an earth sign. You could be dealing with Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And the Six of Pentacles is about giving to people less fortunate than yourself, giving or receiving. So it's possible that you were in a relationship where there was an imbalance in the give and take. But it looks like this queen, the Queen of Pentacles, is someone who is financially successful. She's got money, and she works hard for her money, and she may be helping you out of a jam in some way, or the Six of Pentacles, because the Six of Pentacles is about giving to others, helping someone less fortunate. So if you're going through a difficult time, maybe a friend is coming to your rescue. It could also mean, and the Six of Cups, I want to mention this too. The Six of Cups is about learning from the past, healing from it, and realizing that especially learning lessons that you're not going to repeat in the future. So if you get another chance, or if you get a new beginning in a relationship, the card is telling you, especially with the Five of Swords, that you have to let go of any kind of anger or hostility, and not repeat past patterns. You might be getting a brand new start. The Six of Pentacles, though, also is about balance in a relationship. So if it's possible, if the reason, that if there was an imbalance in a relationship, maybe if you get a second chance, because I feel like with the Queen, the person. If it was a page or something like that, that could be somebody new, but I feel like you may have an opportunity to reconnect and reestablish something, because I feel like with the Four of Swords, you start the month out like you've been separated from someone, or you're taking a time out from a relationship. But the Six of Pentacles is about not repeating that imbalance, like learning to step. So if you're the one who's been giving, you may need to establish boundaries and say, look, it needs to be more fair, like an equal give and take, or as equal as you can get in a relationship. Nothing is, 50-50, but it shouldn't be like 90-10, or 80-20. It should be at least 60-40. And if you're the person who's been doing all the taking and not giving, then this is a card of, you have to work that out. You're going to have to work that out, where you take action and put some effort into the relationship. So the Wheel of Fortune is in your fear sector or your negative thinking sector. You're kind of I feel like you're starting the month off with a negative thinking, like you think nothing good ever happens to me. You've been through a lot, but like I said, that you may have even decided to cut your losses and move on, or someone decided to cut their losses and move on in a relationship because they felt like there was no way that the relationship was going to change. Five of Swords energy is about having to accept someone, having to accept the good and the bad. Like, no one is perfect, and there are certain things that you just have to love. Like, you may love someone, but there are certain things about them that are never going to change no matter what. So you have to decide, can I live with the things I don't like, or do I cut my losses and move on because I can't live with what I can't change? So that could be an issue, but that issue seems to be fading. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is definitely a change in fortune. So if you've been going through a difficult time, the wheel means better times are coming. And especially, you have the Seven of Pentacles here. You're planting some seeds. This is about, waiting for things to happen, seeing where things are going. You may have started some new plans, and you're waiting to see what's going to develop. You have the Hermit energy. So you have this Hermit energy in your wish fulfillment sector. And the Four of Swords is connected to the Nine of Cups. So I feel like you really need a time out. You needed some time alone to really think about what's right for you, what you need. You might even be going to someone for counseling or advice. But the Hermit is also a card, and since it's in your wish fulfillment sector, it's a card of you don't have to do everything alone. You may not, you may not be reaching out to people who can help you because you think, well, nobody cares, I'm just going to do things by myself. I don't need anybody. But the Hermit is saying, it's time to stop isolating yourself and reach out to people and ask for advice or assistance, because there are people that can help you. I feel like there's help waiting in the wings, but you have to reach out for it. It's not going to just come, out of the blue. And then you have the Fool here. The Fool card is about a brand new beginning, a new cycle coming in. So you're going to have an opportunity to either So it could work two ways. You could either decide, I'm cutting my losses, I'm moving on, I'm moving into a whole new cycle with someone new. You want to be in a new relationship. Or it could mean a new beginning in an old relationship, especially because the Six of Cups is here. And this is a card of the past, of revisiting the past. Someone from the past coming back, reconnecting with someone. And this person could even be a past life connection. So it may not be just the past in this life. It may be that someone you knew in a past, like you had a relationship with this person in a past life. And I feel like you're gonna have an opportunity for some of you to wipe the slate clean and start over in a relationship. To say like, okay, let's forget whatever happened in the past. Let's have a new beginning now, and just start new, start fresh. And let's, not repeat the behaviors or the things that broke us up. Let's just, have a new attitude or a new beginning. And so you have this opportunity with the Nine of Cups. It's a wish fulfillment card. So whatever you're wishing for in relationship, if you're looking for a new start with a brand new person, that could be the Fool. Or if you're looking for a brand new, like a new beginning with someone from the past that you've been separated from, you can have that as well. So let's see, before I go into the astrology, let's see what these Healing with the Angels oracle cards have to say for Aries. Let us pick a card. Children. So let's see what the children have to say. So you might be connecting with some children. You're asked to pay extra attention to your children or your inner child right now. New children may be coming into your life very soon. This card signals that the angels see your need to play, have fun, honor your inner child. Perhaps you will play with your own children or grandchildren, or you might enjoy having fun with another adult or doing work that involves helping children. Take time to ask your inner child, how do you feel? What would you like to do? Plan an afternoon where you take your inner child on an outing, doing things that allow your playful side to emerge. Swing and slide at the park, take an afternoon nap, draw on the sidewalk with chalk, build a sandcastle. So things are going to lighten up this month, and it's time. I feel like you could be reconnecting with people, family, or children, but also honoring your inner child, learning that not to take life so seriously and to have some fun, to lighten up. Okay, so let's see the new moon in Pisces. And this new moon is going to be, it's an amazing new moon because it's connected with Jupiter. It's conjunct Jupiter. And Jupiter is moving toward a conjunction with Neptune this month. And this is all happening in your 12th house. And that's the house of healing. It's the house of karma, the ending of a cycle. So you might be having a new beginning where you're having an opportunity to heal on some psychological level. You may be really having some kind of, it's almost like you're having, when Neptune's in your 12th house, I don't know what to talk about first. When Neptune's in your 12th house, it's like a dark night of the soul. You feel like you've been living your life and nothing has meaning. But as Neptune transits through the 12th house, you're going to find some kind of connection. You need to, it's telling you that you need to connect with your divine self. You need to find some kind of connection with Source or God or whatever you decide, whatever you believe in. That there's something greater than yourself. And that we're all one. You're coming to some kind of conclusion or a spiritual awakening. And that's what Jupiter and Neptune are giving you, that opportunity to have a change in consciousness or a spiritual awakening. And this new moon is sextile Uranus in your second house. So there could be some surprises around money, around security. Your financial situation could go through some ups and downs when Uranus is in your second house. But I feel like this is a new beginning where you're going to feel more secure and more spiritually connected to something. Where you're going to feel like you're going to be doing something bigger than yourself, greater than yourself. Maybe realizing that we are all one or having some kind of spiritual awakening. At this new moon in in the 11th house, you have Mercury conjunct Saturn. So Mercury conjunct Saturn, you're going to be doing some serious thinking about friends and your goals in life, because the 11th house is the house of friendships, the groups you belong to. Maybe you have to have some serious conversations with the people in your life. Or you might be joining a group where you have to kind of step up to the plate with Saturn. Saturn wants you to do the work. Saturn wants you to commit to something and to take responsibility. And if you do that, if you're willing to do that, Saturn gives great rewards. Mercury with Saturn can sometimes bring a little depression or negative thinking, so you don't want to go there. But you may want to get more involved in something at a deeper level and spend more time committing to something. Maybe your communication style gets more serious. Venus is coming together with Mars and Pluto in your 10th house. So that could be, and it's trining the North Node in your 2nd house. So whatever you're doing in life, the 10th house is your career path, your life path, but it could be a change in status. So you may decide to commit to a relationship. You're going to be, because Mars conjunct Pluto is very passionate connection. You have to be careful though, not to let the aggressive side of Mars. It could be violent at times, like if you're too passionate or you're too pushy. So don't be too pushy. If you decide like, oh, I found the person I want, and this is the person I need to have in my life. Don't go crazy. Don't go over the top with it. But with Capricorn, you're willing to make a commitment. You want to change your life in some way. And in Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn is very strong. At some point this month, it's going to move into Aquarius. But for the beginning of the month, at this new moon, Mars is giving you the energy and the ambition to change your life direction in some way. And it could involve with some creative project with Venus, or even a love relationship that causes you to change. And this is trining the North Node. And it's also, the North Node's in your 2nd house. So there's something that, and this is positive energy, some action that you're going to take, some realization that you're going to make, is going to help you to find your true path with the North Node. And in the 2nd house, in Taurus, this is about security and self-esteem. What do I value? What's important to me? What do I need to feel safe and secure? So it can affect your finances. It can affect you might feel more secure about yourself through some transformational relationship that changes your life in some way. And the South Node's in the 8th house. That's what you need to leave behind. The 8th house is about, death and hidden things and, your demons. So you have to leave behind things that have been controlling you. Habits, bad habits, addictions, obsessions, things that you've kept secret. Maybe it's time to release those things. Open up the Pandora's box so that you can heal them and release them. And that will ultimately lead to more security and more better self-esteem and increase your value. You're going to be valuing the right things instead of the wrong things. Jupiter is also sextile Uranus. When Jupiter sextiles Uranus, that could represent sudden opportunity. So this new moon can bring a sudden opportunity for change. And it will change your finances and your sense of security. So, and with Uranus, you never know what's going to happen. With Jupiter, it could just, it's going to be an opportunity. But with the sextile, you have to take action. It's not going to just drop in your lap. So it's like if you reach out for something that's being offered to you, like an opportunity is being offered to you, but you don't have to take it. You can just say, well, I'm not interested. You will be losing a valuable opportunity. So if anything comes to you suddenly out of the blue, where you can have a way of making changes, and it might involve dealing with some psychological blocks, ways that you self-sabotage. This would be a great time to have a new start, a new place, like to have a healing moment or a spiritual awakening. Okay, Venus and Mars on the 7th move into Aquarius. and they'll be moving into your 11th house. So there could be some developments around a friendship. Maybe a friendship turns to love, or you realize how much you value and love your friends, or you could be joining a group where maybe you're doing something that involves art or music, or even technology, because it's in Aquarius. So then we have the full moon in Virgo on the 18th. And that full moon is activating your 12th and 6th house. So the 6th house is a house of service and healing. It's also employment. So something is being revealed around this time about if you're working, about your job, also about a health issue. So you could come to some type of, I feel like you can make a major change if you're dealing with some kind of health issue, because this full moon is trine Pluto. And it's also trine the North Node. So there's going to be some major change around this full moon that's going to bring you into, it's going to change your life direction, or it's going to bring you into the public eye in some way. Because the 10th house is your public house. So people are going to see you. It's like you're going to be a different person. You're going to be more committed to transformation. So whatever, if you're going through some kind of counseling or some kind of therapy, you could have a major breakthrough at this time that really leads you to change on a deep level. Because Pluto represents, breaking down and rebuilding in a better direction, where you can feel more confident about yourself, bring more money. It could even be a job that brings in more money, that allows you to use your talents. Again, Venus and Mars are going to be in Aquarius, and they're going to be squaring Uranus at this full moon. So there could be some challenges around money with either a friendship or a group that you belong to. But you're going to figure out a way out of it, because you have Uranus and Mercury are sextile. And Mercury's in the 12th house. So if you take time out to meditate, like don't get worked up. Take time out to meditate and listen to your inner voice. You'll come up with a solution, because Mercury and Uranus connections bring a innovative, genius solution to problems. Your mind is thinking out of the box, and you could really I feel like you could have more of a breakthrough moment. And Jupiter, especially with Jupiter and Neptune are going to have a conjunction in April, but they're still close enough that you're going to feel their influence. So this is a really positive time. If you ever wanted to make any kind of change or a new start, where you can free yourself from past patterns and past blockages where you've maybe sabotaged your success because you've been run by psychological programming. When Neptune leaves your 12th house, you're going to have a new sense of spirituality, of purpose. You're going to have some answers, something that you feel connected to. And so don't squander this time. This is really, because Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces is very strong. And it doesn't come around often. I mean, Jupiter and Neptune can conjunct in other signs, but when they're in the signs that they rule. Neptune is the current day ruler of Pisces, and Jupiter is the ancient ruler of Pisces. So this is a really important time to initiate change and to have an opportunity to create a dream. Neptune is about dreams. You may actually, with all this Pisces energy and 12th house energy, you might feel like, I just want to be by myself, and I might be working on something that's hidden, or something that's not ready to be revealed yet, but it has really strong significance for you as like a mission that you're on, or something that you're working toward. And then we have the sun moving into Aries on the 20th. That's like a new beginning for you, Aries. It's going to be, especially for Aries, it's the astrological new year. So it's really, March is a good time for planting seeds and starting something new, and, releasing the past cycles. If you've, just release the past and start on a new path. You could have some kind of breakthrough moment this month. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button if you want to hear more. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can get you scheduled. In the meantime, don't be afraid to embrace the new. Don't be afraid to reach out for help for others. And And if you need time, this is a time of healing for you. And it could be a major breakthrough in healing and a positive development where you feel better about yourself and you feel like you're on the new path. And the new path is bringing abundance. It could even bring a dream come true for you. So enjoy March. Have a happy birthday if you're a March Pisces, if you're a March Aries. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.